I'll see what I can find.
Keeping quiet.
And the fire shows me something new. Something over there.
I've got it. Finished.
I am free. Galvino! I will eat your heart, old man.
Back again? I told you. Of course, a fresh fool to replace the last fools. What brings you stomping through my workshop, eh? My work. And from the racket outside, I must assume you made a mess of them.
Come on, Galvino, they weren't your best work.
And you are? I should melt you for parts, Amora. But you come seeking the White Forge, like they all do. Boys with smooth cheeks and wild dreams. Girls with bright ribbons tied next to their scabbards. Old men and women, too, seeking a final blaze of glory before they're snuffed out for another turn at the wheel. Sound familiar? Save your breath. Puh. I have this conversation with every pig-headed swashbuckler those Postenagos and stalwarts send here. Go see Galvino, they say. Surely he'll help you.
Must have slipped their minds what a busy and important fellow you are.
I should have let them stone you. Would have silenced your endless rattling forever.
Then you'd have naught but those frostbitten inbreds for company.
Of course you would. What would anyone here do without me? Sientere. It has been a long time since anyone addressed me so. The villagers and their adventurers hammer and pry at the battery as if they were laying siege to some moldering lord's keep. But those stones were laid by some of the finest builders ever to have lived. disciples of Abidan in the truest sense. They will not fall by the whims of any kith. And the door itself, it is infused with living essence. With the secrets of the Pargrunen dwarves, of course. The Pargrunen of Durgan's Battery perished within their own keep, victims of a violent disagreement among their own commandants. Surely in the village you have heard stories, no? Disappearing caravans, tracks in the snow, screams from the high towers. The work of spirits still trapped in the battery, and a testament to those impenetrable walls. But the door of the keep, the one the Pargrunen filled with essence, oh, it was made to listen, to recognize its masters. Traditional Abtapo cultures revolved around language. Words revealed who they were and where they were from. That is why you need a Kandek. Ah, that's the simple explanation. A Kantek is a statement of purpose, a declaration of identity. Each is unique to its stronghold. Thus, to enter a fortress like Durgan's Battery, you would stand at the gate and recite its Kantek. Verus! A shame the Postonagos here cannot appreciate such elegance. To learn the Kantek, you must speak with one of the dwarves of Durgan's Battery. A shame they are all dead, no? But no doubt their souls live on in one or two of the villagers of Stalwart. Like fine wine poured into a cheap pot. But to identify them, that is the first problem. You would need the skills of an Animancer. A Watcher? The Verus? If this is true, then you could find a sole descendant from Durgan's Battery, no question. But the greater difficulty remains. You would have to learn the Kantek from the dormant soul. And to do that, you would have to awaken it. An awakening is merely the jolting of a dormant soul into consciousness. When such things happen normally, it is because something has reminded the subject of a past life, often violently so. Thus, to awaken one of the former dwarves of Durgan's Battery, you will need to address that soul, and preferably by name. But show some care. When you examine these souls, whatever it is you Watchers do, you may see images, memories. These are moments of special import. What you see will tell you much about the person, and perhaps the condition in which they awaken. Awaken them from a traumatic memory, and who knows? Maybe they awaken thirsty for blood. Or maybe you awaken someone else. Here, this has been tuned to the Aeon of Durgan's battery. Use it near the villagers, and it should tell you if one has a soul old enough to have come from the battery. Who can say? None have yet opened Durgan's battery. But the ones that came before you, I think they got close. You may wish to find them and see what they discovered. I have not seen them since they first came to see me several weeks ago. But word has reached my ears that they crossed an ogre matron. Oh, yes. Whoever you awaken will live with the memories and the personality of a past life. Maybe peacefully, maybe not. That is why you must pay attention to the soul you would awaken, no? It is a monumental thing to impose on another, but these are the very people who wish to rediscover the White Forge, Verus?
I'm going with him.
You go to Stalwart? Is this your macabre sense of humor, or has something gone to rust in that beautiful head I crafted?
No one will bother me while I'm with him. Besides, I can help him find people in Stalwart.
You haven't been to Stalwart in 13 years. And this Watcher sees souls. What help could you be? Besides, I have need of you here. You owe whatever remains of your wicked life to me. This charming specimen is a convicted murderer. The Devil of Carrick, she's called.
Mighty fine of you to start with my good qualities, and you wonder why we don't get more visitors.
Killed over a dozen people before they finally caught up to her in Stalwart. Perfect company for lonely camps and mountain passes, no?
Hey, I know how to start a campfire.
The only reason she's not a frozen corpse is because I convinced the old mayor to let me try an experiment. Into a work of art! Look at this! Craftsmanship worthy of a jeweler. Fully articulated joints, capable of grasping a pen and writing her own name.
And of crushing your throat.
Show me another smith anywhere in the Deerwood who is capable of such delicacy and precision. She is a masterpiece. Why build a fortress or a village or anything? To make something that keeps, It was the early days of the Legacy. My peers in the colleges of Animancy were filling the Hollowborn with the souls of animals. I thought there was a better way.
One with a Plum Academy job back in Salona? Don't forget that part.
She committed her first crime in the village of Karak. Burned a family alive in their home. Did the same thing in half a dozen other villages, but the name stuck.
Here we go.
They were going to stone her anyway. Why not allow her to be put to some useful purpose?
My life's ambition. To serve somebody's useful purpose.
I approached Mayor Sinahiod and begged. He saw the potential and allowed me the privilege of attempting my little experiment. Then, I accomplished what few animancers have even dreamed of. No academic support, no patron. Just me in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, now you got 'em all wound up.
I transferred a fully intact soul from a living subject to a fabricated body. She retained her personalities, her memories, all of it. Yet the villagers saw only a stolen corpse. She may be mad, but she's no fool. She wouldn't survive long on her own. If the villagers didn't send a hunting party after her, the Eramans would claim her. Her joints and mechanisms require maintenance, and she cannot perform all of it herself.
See, he's reminding me. In case I get any bright ideas.
She's a fine specimen, her personality notwithstanding. Quay? No, you don't know what you ask. This woman, the Devil of Carrick, she was a notorious murderer, burned people alive all over the region. Besides, she works for me. After all, I am the one who preserved her. Listen, Aimiko. If you're set on traveling with her, I won't stop you. But let's make this a fair exchange, yes?
Fine price for a blacksmith striker. Suppose I should be flattered.
And there you have it, a bargain.
Farewell.
A moment. You are going back to Stalwart, yes? Perhaps you could do me a favor. There is a man in the village named Grinde, the head fisherman. The rest of Stalwart kisses his feet because he fills their stinking plates with speckleback. But I know he's not as virtuous as he seems. Humiliate him, of course. Show his neighbors what he truly is, and let him live with the disgrace. He's always been a Ripple sponge addict. Just got good at hiding it once his sainted sister died and left him in charge of the fishery. But he keeps a stash in the fishery, sneaks in at night when the others have gone home, and emerges sluggish and red-eyed a few hours later. I want you to expose him. Go to the fishery after dark when it's empty. Find his Ripple sponge and show it to Renengild. That self-righteous meddler engineered my eviction from the village. He turned them all against me. Now I want him to feel the scorn of those mush-brained imbeciles. Do not answer me now, but when you return to that festering eyesore and smell the stink of fish that hangs in the air, consider what I've said. Besides, you appreciate a good joke, don't you? De Verus, this will be a great one. But be sure to approach the fishery by night, when it's empty. They will give you no end of trouble if they see you stealing during the day.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Right here. Sure. Oh, look at here.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Village was a touch livelier when I saw it last. Ain't saying much, though. Bitter cold and a persistent odor of fish. Now that were just the people. Anything's better than Galvino's workshop. You ain't heard the old buzzard sing. Anyway, what about you? We seen lots coming through, trying to crack the battery, but no watchers. Ah, looking for someone. That's a familiar yarn. But don't let me keep you from the sights and sounds of Stalwart. They're easy to miss. Effigy's eyes, that man loved to talk. If it's sane and logical reasoning you're wanting, you're gonna be disappointed. Ain't no sense in any of it. Mayhap you've heard of Coldmoor. Was a quiet, forgettable patch of the woods. Till a pack of rabid clodhoppers set it afire.
That was the start of the purges. Dear Woodens killing their own.
A farmer on the other side of the mountains woke up one day with his head all aflame and took it for the gibbering speech of his god. And so did a few thousand of his countrymen. So when he tired of Vorlus fields and marched west, a horde of armed Hicks followed. St. Widwin and his blazing crusade celebrated his coup in Raid Ceres by invading the Deerwood. Most of his forces headed north to Halgot Citadel, but a lucky few thousand ventured through the mountains. Through Cold Morn. We let him pass.
You were from Cold Morn? I heard what happened out there after the war. I couldn't believe my ears.
Fine line between couldn't and wouldn't. They had us clean beaten numbers. Even bumpkins like us figured that. Just look at Mercy Vale. They fought back, and now there ain't one stone standing atop another in the whole village. Besides, we asked the Duke for help. Told him Widewind's troops was coming through the mountains. Seems he had better uses for his soldiers. So we let Widewind's soldiers pass. Left him for the Duke to wrangle on his own terms. They dealt with the Raid Sarens. Then they came for us. It was after the Godhammer made a fine grit out of Widewind, when Deerwoodens were running on rage and looking for something to burn. They came at dark, hundreds of folk. Every one of them mourning someone lost in the war. Must have decided it was our duty to escort their dead back to the wheel. They didn't light their torches till they had us surrounded. Time we saw them, there was a ring of fire closing around us. I woke, ran to the window. Whole village were a maze of flames. Couldn't see nothing for the smoke. And the screams. Most ran for the streets, got caught by the mob. Others hid, let their houses burn down around them. Ran, fought, hid, burned. Same as my neighbors and family. Just luckier. Hunting down the men and women what took part. Thought that much was clear. Sure. You want me to tell you straight? I found the men and women what destroyed my village, and I burned their houses down around them. Sometimes they was alone, and sometimes they wasn't. It were a mob that destroyed our village, but it was just one man that burned my family's house. Kept hoping I'd get to him as I was working my way through the rest of those maggots. No matter now, I suppose. There weren't much to say about it. By my reckoning, that means it was pretty good. Ma was a trapper, taught me to set snares and dress game. Dad was a tinker. I never had his patience, but it were fun to watch him work. My brothers and sister, they was good folk too. Part of me's glad they ain't here to see me now. Only kind to have with someone like him. Or me. No other way to feel about the man who flayed my living soul. Around about 13 years. Too long, you ask me. He'd spread butter on bread and claim he made something. Never been accused of modesty, that man. He managed to stuff my soul into this heap of bronze, true enough. Maybe that makes him a genius. Also makes him a son of a bitch. Every day. Just kept putting it off. It's not like either of us was going anywhere. Looked after his tools, cleaned the workshop, swung the sledgehammer. Oh, and snatched up travelers for his soul tinkering. All those other golems, where did you think they came from? But don't you worry. They were all bad folk. Just so you know, you got a real professional working for you. Yeah, I've had enough of him too.
Steady does it.
Arda.
It's past midnight. Go! To raid Ceres, or Defiance Bay, or fucking Air Glonfoth, I don't care! I'll tell them. Mayor Sina healed. The neighbors, everyone.
About what?
The stealing! You think I haven't noticed the money missing from the fishery coffers? Or heard Tana talk about losing a golden duke? You can't be found when there's work to do, but every time those merchant wagons roll into town, you've got coin enough for a few bags of ripple sponge.
No, it's not.
Stalwart tolerates your sponge habit, but they won't abide your thieving.
You won't.
I will.
You take shelter in our village and then ransack it like a common thief? You'd better explain yourself! Any who put stock in the ravings of that bitter old fool deserve all the trouble they get. It was an accident. I was a failure and a wretch then. But I never would have killed anyone. Least of all my own kin. I gave her body to the lake. But I kept her bracelet. To remember the cost of my own weakness. I ain't asking for forgiveness. I know I don't deserve any. My penance is my work on behalf of the village. And they need it, truly. You've seen the shape this place is in. Have mercy on Stalwart, if not on me. Let me do the work Arda would have done. That's my debt to Stalwart, and the only fitting way to honor my sister. Thank you. Stalwart may not know what you've done for them tonight, but they'll hear of your honor.
I hope you've had some luck. And do take care with that device. It has a few rather delicate... What? So it works? What a day! But why these gems? I didn't think the device would be able to pick up inert Audra. Fascinating. I have to study this further. But all the same, it worked! At last! A breakthrough! With that Audra to work from, I can refine the enchantments. We'll be digging up iron, gold, Audra, all of it! This is going to change everything. Oh, and I won't leave you empty-handed, of course. Here, I had this set aside for supplies, but I don't think I'll be staying in Stalwart much longer. I won't forget all you've done for me. They'll hear about this back home, I promise you. Who knows? Perhaps they'll name the next battery after you.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Sinove, please. If we go now, we can get behind the barricade. We won't do any good here.
We're gonna go down fighting. Anyone who feels differently can settle it with me right now.
You got the look of someone with his teeth around a secret.
I wouldn't call it a secret. It's more like a mysterious thing he doesn't like to talk about.
That name. It carries memories of death, war, fury, the taste of blood. What do you want with it? What trickery is this, stranger? You think a Pargrin would so easily betray her own people? Lies! You'd empty our halls if Coinmaster Zoltan threw our doors any wider. Arms Warden Maroon warned us about the greed of outsiders. You'll stay out of Durgan's battery while I'm... Hammers of Durgan, ring loud. May the anvil's deep music resound. Walls of the battery, safeguard our works from marauder and wilder alike. Abidun's faithful travail by the forge and the fires that brighten the ore. Did I nod off? My, but I had the strangest dream. So much work to be done. Pardon me, but I'd better check on those miners. At the rate they're going, it'll be another year before they clear that blazing shaft. Let's hear it then. Plenty of work.
Didn't think there was anything more than lice and hoarfrost to these folk, but you had a look back there. What do you find when you're rooting around like that? Yeah? And I'll bet you could do the same to anyone in this village. Easy as looking at him. Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka. So I can kill him. Wrap my fingers around his throat till he's as cold as his wretched village. He was one of them. The mob that destroyed Cold Morn. I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business. We all gotta have something that gets us out of bed in the morning. This man, Harmka, I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I seen you stare into souls. I knew it were a fool's errand trying to hunt down every man and woman that carried a torch into Cold Morn, but if I knew I got the one responsible for my kin and my hearth, I might could rest easy. I took a good long look that night. Ours was a little place with a yellow door right on the edge of town. He was there. Besides, I asked around when I first got to Stalwart. Townsfolk said that all the woodcutters in town took part in the purge. Point of pride for them. I told you he was part of the mob. I spotted him watching my house when it burned. But when we find him, I want to know if he's the one responsible for my home, my parents, and my brothers and sister. I never thought I'd have the chance to know for sure, but you could look into his soul and find out, you being a watcher and all. Mighty fine of you. Mighty fine indeed. Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know. There weren't much to say about it. Ma was a trapper. Dad was my brothers and sister. Just 'cause I'm made of metal don't mean I got any special fondness for smiths and forges. Nothing specific. Everyone looks about the same when they got their fingers up their noses. Only the last group, one before you, there was something different about them. Couldn't put my finger on it, but they was dangerous. Almost felt the hair on the back of my neck. Ain't felt that way about anyone else walking through Galvino's door, that's for sure. No more'n what Galvino already told you. Murder, tracking, and the best materials for kindling. Those are more my area of expertise.
Haven't felt this fresh.
I take it you've met Galvino.
How much did the old snake pay you, Sina Hiod?
Maestro Galvino and I came to an agreement. It was for the good of Stalwart. I thought...
You thought you'd let a killer walk among us?
Let's go.
Enough. What's on your mind? Who? Sorry, I don't recall the name. Last expedition I met disappeared weeks ago. Didn't give any names, but they definitely haven't come back this way. Don't mean the Sfeara weren't part of an expedition, though. We get groups passing by sometimes looking to try their luck. What's on your mind? Probably out in the russet wood, chopping timber.
The metal abomination has set her claws deep in your flesh. No good can come from it, Watcher.
Why do you want to know? Well, if you don't find him, just check back later. What's on your mind?
Hey there. Let me know if you need anything. Yes, fine. Haha. I'm doing much better, actually, and everything seems to be working like it ought to, so thanks. Take care.
Welcome. Step lightly. Hey.
Got rid of that little fella, eh? Take this with my thanks. Didn't need his trouble around here. Anyway, what brings you back?
Yeah.
How goes?
Aurochs Shadow, what's that wicked thing doing here? It's a killer! Look, we don't want no trouble. Just trying to do our work. We'd be much obliged if you'd leave us be. And take that thing with you.
Almost 15 years I've been looking for him. Now I'd rather we never cross tracks. Appreciate the sentiment, but it wouldn't be the same. Used to be I had something to hunger for. Stung at me night and day, but at least it was something. Now there's nothing. Not even that burn of wanting something. Just that look on his face. Horror? Fear? No. More than that. After Cold Morn, folk used to leer at my burns, full of disgust. Or they'd realize who I was, and then it was the terror. Maybe hate. But this... the way Harmka looked at me. The way I've seen near everyone but you and Galvino look at me. All it did was remind me that this is a madman's fever dream. Like a prison. But no, because in a prison, you lay your head down and you feel the straw soft beneath you. Your flesh prickling in the cold, black bread crumbling on your tongue. I'd trade 'em all if I could feel the snow cold around my ankles. I still dream I'm folk. I wake up some mornings wondering why I can't feel the floor beneath me, thinking I must have fallen and gone crippled. But then I lift my head, see a bronze corpse stretching out in front of me. It's not pity I want, it's a choice. I dreamed too of what Galvino did that night. Those moments. I'd endure another Cold Morn if it'd spare me this fate. It was after I got caught in Stalwart. They'd locked me in a little house by me and the old mayor and his cronies. When a crowd of them came for me in the dark of night, I was only surprised it had taken them so long. Only they didn't march me to no gallows. No. They snuck me to another house on the edge of town, real sneaky-like. That's where I met Galvino. He was fiddling with some machinery in his workshop. Had his sleeves rolled up even though it was cold enough to see your breath. Never actually looked at me until he started fitting some copper helmet over my head. By that time, the mayor's goons had me trussed up good and tight. Galvino was having himself a grand time barking orders at that lot. So while Galvino's fastening that helmet over my head and them copper bands around my arms, I'm starting to look at his contraption. And that's when I see it. It's this metal suit strapped into the machine just like me. A cold, dead-eyed thing, all done up with fancy carvings and such. The one. I start asking Galvino and the rest of them what's going on, but they're too busy to answer. Then suddenly, they're waiting, staring at me with that fixed, horrified look. But they ain't watching me. They're watching for something to happen. Galvino tells the woman nearest the machine to flip the handle. And then, just pain. Being torn apart every which way, feeling my soul peeled from my body. By the time I came to, I couldn't feel a thing. Just this dull, distant sort of ache. I think that was when I knew. I reckon I'm the wrong person for that sort of question. But if it cools your conscience, Galvino didn't get off easy. The rest of Stalwart didn't take kindly to having a killer in their midst, nor to seeing their mayor and the army Valians strike a secret deal. They drove Galvino out, destroyed a fortune in machinery, and wrote a letter to the Academy in Salona, ruining what was left of his name. Still, he's lucky he didn't get a pelting. The old mayor fled too, and Stalwart's been as snug and cheery as ever. You're better company than Galvino. Been a while since I were out in the world. Guess I'm keen on seeing more of it. Even if I'm stuck with a bleeding heart. Anyways, I've been wondering about that fortress. Near everyone thinks it'll have just the thing they need. Those villagers want it to fix up their brook downtown. Galvino always thought it carried some great secret of Animanson, and all them adventurers came looking for fancy gear. You're right. Let's go.
Yes?
Breathe.
Arthur, word.
Oe ixi ana.
Sure.
Bring your end.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. What?
Moe. Ixie.
First, your neighbors hound you because you say. Then, you cross-eyed boy gets
Moe Ixi Ana.
Right.
Something I can do for you?
You look like you've been in the wilds. You see my wagon out there? You've saved my hide. I can't thank you enough. But I hope you'll take this. Here, as promised. Thanks again. With a little luck, I'll trade these blizzards in for a sea breeze soon enough.
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
If you say so.
Sure.
I hear them, whispering of long-dead memories,
We
They're
earned
here,
this.
Watcher.
Durgan's steel has lined our halls in gold.
Your vanity dishonors Abidan and cheapens us all.
These weapons are ours. Or have you two forgotten how to hold a sword?
If they need reminders that they're dead, I'd be happy to oblige them. Moeth Ixi Ana.
How long before the commandants come to blows?
Did you see the look in Maroon's eye? Exandro had better watch his back.
Right.
That cheat sold our steel and kept the coin himself.
Maroon? She won't rest until our corpses decorate the halls.
Bring your end. Sure.
Get out!
I bring your end.
Damn you both! My generation built this keep to honor Abidon, not to further your greed and ambition.
We're Pergrunen. Our forefathers explored and conquered, but you've stuck us in this frigid hall.
Paved with gold and marble. I won't allow us to abandon our legacy for your delusions.
No, you'll peddle it away to line your pockets. How much have you made selling our steel, Zoltan?
Again with your lies. You think I don't hear you turning the others against me? These walls echo, and...
Enough! I'll send the Forge Guardians on both of you if that's what it takes.
That's settled.
Sure.
See now
He's
what
a
the
traitor
flame
to
has
the
shown
battle.
us? See now what the flame has shown us? That's settled.
She'll bring these walls
And
down
the
around
fire
us.
shows me something new.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
He'll regret this.
And the fire shows me something new.
We've got to survive, by any means necessary.
We'll have blood in these halls before long.
Stop right there, Uptapo. You're no Pargrin. You must be another merchant come to speak with Zoltan. Our illustrious coin master may let you plunder our armory, but I've got other ideas for dealing with your lot. Turn and go before I show you how an arms warden deals with trespassers. I'll have our finest steel lodged in your corpse. Will that satisfy you? Now, let our coin master and our chief curate see the true purpose of Durgan steel.
Now this
Oh, and if I find...
We can't hold him off!
Fall back!
What?
I bring your end.
Let's burn this away! Mow it.
Let's go. Let's go.
This one repels my touch.
Just like old times!
That's settled. look back!
Keep running!
Out of my way!
They're coming over the barricade!
They rage and battle still, Watcher. We must be careful.
Losing ground!
They're coming! To the mines!
I can do that.
My mind feels...
Moeth Ixi Ana.
Use some rest.
A hopeless battle was waged in Durgan's battery. They seemed to know that their deaths had come, yet many fought on. Their bravery was not enough in the end. They might have made great Alpazga warriors, if only they had been born to Khan.
Hold them off! Move!
Abaddon's gears. They're coming! For the battery!
version of this.
Fear no one! Mow it. Let's mow it. Mow it. Ixiana. We're outnumbered!
Listen, you hear that?
Anna!
Hurry! We can hide here!
They're going to come for us here, and...
What?
Stop them!
I bring your end.
Consumed by the flame! Blast!
Right.
Let us in! They're coming!
I can do that. That's settled. Blasphemy!
Nice and slow. Yeah.
Let's go! What?
Breathe. Moe X Ana.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
This one repels.
Let's go!